All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, and we're calling this one Crossing the Threshold. You know, it's all about that feeling when you know something big has changed, but it wasn't some loud, dramatic event. It was more like a quiet, but totally unmistakable shift in the air. So let's get into it.
I mean, this line just nails the feeling we're talking about, right? The first sign that everything had changed was not a sound, it was the air. Have you ever felt that? It's like the whole atmosphere is different. Not hotter, not colder, just different. It's that little pause, that quiet moment where you just know the world has turned a corner. That, right there, is the very essence of an eclipse.
Exactly. It's not about some sudden shock to the system. This eclipse is more like a total shift in the energetic weather. You can feel the air is just buzzing with new possibilities, all while the old reality is kind of dissolving around you.
Okay, so what is the cosmic engine driving all this? Well, it's this super powerful combo of a new moon and a solar eclipse. Think of it like a giant reset button for our lives. Let's break down what that actually means for us.
So, a regular new moon? That's our monthly chance to plant some seeds, right? It's like a personal reset button. But if you throw a solar eclipse into the mix, whoa, everything gets amplified. The intensity is cranked way up, the effects can last for months, and the changes that happen, they feel less like something you chose and a lot more like fate stepping in.
And here's the key thing to get your head around. We don't direct an eclipse. Nope, it redirects us. It's a huge omen for some pretty dramatic changes in our life's direction, and you absolutely cannot control it or rush it. This is all about surrender. It's about observation, not trying to grab the steering wheel.
And since this eclipse is happening in the super forward-thinking sign of Aquarius, the themes are all about the future. We're talking innovation, community, our big picture goals. So we're looking at some faded shifts in where we're headed and who we're headed there with. So you got to ask yourself, where's this already starting to show up for you?
Okay, so here are the specific areas of your life to really keep an eye on. You might suddenly see friendships just change. Or you could be totally reevaluating your professional network. Maybe your long-term goals just don't feel right anymore. We're even talking about your relationship with technology, or, get this, your entire sense of self. It's all up for a major update. And believe me, these aren't small tweaks. We're talking foundational shifts.
So why does it feel so faded? Well, eclipses light up what we call the karmic axis, the north and south nodes. And what that really means is that the changes happening right now are deeply tied to our soul's journey. It's the universe pushing us to finally deal with old patterns so we can evolve. So yeah, it feels like destiny because on some level, it absolutely is. Think of this as a huge cosmic permission slip to just let go. Let go of whatever is no longer serving you. This is your chance to take a good, hard look at where your energy is going and to consciously pull back from anything, people, jobs, beliefs, that just doesn't line up with who you are now. The universe is basically nudging you, saying, hey, you can drop that now.
Okay, so if we can't control it, what do we do? How do we even navigate this? The most important piece of advice is actually really simple, but it's also profound. It's a total shift in how you approach things. The motto is, be, don't do.
So you have a choice here. This is an invitation, not an order. The real work is on the embrace side of the list. Attention, observation, just being present, trusting your gut. On the other hand, you got to resist that urge to force things, to rush for an outcome, to push harder when things feel stuck. You have to fight that need for a perfect map of what's next. The path will show up, but you just can't force it to appear any faster.
Seriously, if you take away one thing, let it be this. Eclipses don't require your activity. They require your attention. That's it. Your only job right now is to pay attention. Notice what's falling away. Notice those tiny little whispers of new beginnings. This is not the day to launch that huge new plan. Just watch, listen, and feel.
And look, this is so important to remember. You don't have to see the whole forest to know that a seed has just been planted. You've got to trust that these little shifts happening right now are setting a whole new course for your life. The effects are going to ripple out for months, maybe even years to come.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. Because this eclipse isn't just about our personal lives, right? It's part of a much bigger story. It takes us right back to that feeling we started with, that sense that the whole world is standing on the edge of something new. So in the story that really inspired this whole thing,
You have this future where humanity has completely mastered prediction. They know everything that's going to happen. But then, an event happens and every single algorithm fails at the same time. And that is such a perfect metaphor for an eclipse, isn't it? Our old ways of planning and trying to predict the future just crumble. But it doesn't lead to chaos. It leads to this moment of collective awe. And in the story, what do? They form a new group, and their whole charter is this one powerful line. We're not here to steer, we're here to witness. And that is the heart of eclipse wisdom. So the question for you is, how can you let go of that illusion of control in your own life? How can you just become a witness to what's unfolding?
This is such a cool moment in the story. The giant supercomputer, the system that predicts everything, basically asks, okay, what should we optimize for now? And it needs a human answer, not more data. And the reply it gets isn't about money or efficiency. It's collective becoming, a future that's all about shared evolution, about growing together, about being present.
And that brings everything full circle, doesn't it? This Aquarian eclipse, this is our collective becoming moment. It's this amazing, beneficial step forward, a shift towards us taking more responsibility for the future we're all creating together. And the key is, we don't do it by controlling everything. We do it by participating consciously.
So let's end on this thought. That old idea of striving for some fixed point in the future, it's dissolving. This eclipse is here to remind us that the future isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a living, breathing process. It's a creative act. So the real question to ask yourself isn't what will I achieve? It's how will I participate? Thanks so much for joining me.